Hey, Wooly, you look great. You look sleepy.
Fuck off, I'm tweeting.
We're doing the video now.
Fuck off, I'm tweeting.
You're tweeting the photo of you looking sleepy?
I'm tweeting.
Yeah? Are you just gonna be tweeting? Wooly, we need to check our choices because we don't remember what happened.
Fuck off, I'm tweeting.
We let Ruben get a black eye, and we also went to save Lucas from the Iron Golem, and we helped Petra, and we let Lucas leave the shelter. Remember that?
Who?
Yep. So what probably my favorite thing about this choices menu is that it shows that Chapter 2 had 2 choices, and it's whether or not you shot something with a bow, and one name you went by, and that was it. The rest was all autopilot. And then we helped our friends, and we followed Lucas, and then we didn't high-five Ruben. Remember that? You remember that? Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, let's play.
You know,
Now, hey, listen.
we recorded probably the best thing we could have prior to doing this.
Yeah. And now we're gonna one up it. So remember when we started doing this, it was like, haha, funny jokes. There was the Order of the Stone, and assembly required, and last place you look, and then a block and hard place, and then there was order up,
And
right?
then it was like, oh, that's.
And then it was like, okay,
that's
well,
all.
we can do that. And then they were like, no, you get this one, and then you get this one,
And don't forget about.
and then you get this one.
Yep.
And all 3 of these is the characters just in front of fucking portals.
Yep.
And it's like, it's funny.
Well, guess what? That's all that people fucking the stupid kids watch.
Hey man, let's get in. Hey, stupid kids.
When's that Minecraft movie
Minecraft
coming
story
out?
mode.
What happened
I
to
don't
that?
know.
Isn't that a thing? A film?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, well.
Just a block.
Anyway, so
I don't remember
we recorded. Shut up. We recorded Salty Bet, and
just now.
we did it Salty Bet for Sips, and that's a pretty good primer
Yeah.
to kill 2 hours.
Far and
I don't know.
wide, in search of the Order of the Stone.
If you're new to the channel,
Yeah.
and you've never watched the Minecraft LP,
Go watch a different video first.
and then keep doing that.
and a way to
Yeah.
stop the withers.
You should actually keep doing that.
Do you think
But even
if
well-laid
we
plans
like, do you
can
think
go awry.
does this get better views than Duke and Grandpa?
Oh God, I never.
What's the
checked.
other one? Bad one. Was I in it? Yeah, Walking Dead season 2. Yeah, but people watched that.
No,
they
people
hated
hate.
it.
People hate watch
And
that.
beloved heroes can
Danganronpa
fall.
was was just unfortunate, but
You gotta kill all those kids, man.
yeah.
I vaguely remember this.
And though some glimmer of hope may remain,
I remember
Is that
none
is
of
that is that
That's
fucking?
all I remember is that Lee was in
to
this.
this world
Is that
very
the
existence
professor from Futurama?
is far from over.
Farnsworth. That's not Farnsworth.
I don't know. It sounds like a Farnsworth.
That doesn't.
I remember Patton Oswalt was there.
Yeah, he got paid. That was sad.
Yeah, you still getting paid.
Just like, okay, here we go. Here we go. Minecraft or Lego movie or Emoji Movie.
Is all this? What's that?
Because Minecraft kills the soul, but like
Minecraft
Emoji Movie.
Okay, here's how I see it. They're both soulless corporate cash-ins, right? I'm just gonna see if I can. Oh wow, I didn't do that. We're gonna.
I
It's the
think-
fail through. Remember?
Yes. Well, you shouldn't have done that.
I didn't do that.
Okay, good.
Hearing voices.
I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Minecraft wins simply because the main problem with most of Minecraft is just that its target demographic means it doesn't have to be put effort into what it's doing, right?
Yeah.
You can be pretty lazy about that. Whereas
Yeah.
the Emoji Movie just doesn't even understand what it's trying to do.
Here's my logic on why Minecraft is better than Emoji Movie.
Did you say Gabriel?
Minecraft has value.
Yes.
There is value on this earth
Yeah.
to Minecraft. It is a game that people play and many have enjoyed. I got it for my nephew, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Emojis, they have no value. In fact, emoticons are superior to emojis,
There you go.
and those are made entirely out of text.
Yep. 100%.
And they're cuter.
Yep. I agree.
Axel, you gotta move faster.
You don't have to deal with
She's
someone's
too sick.
art interpretation on it. It's just the text.
Gonna be able to outrun it.
I think
We gotta find a way.
I
to
think
move
the winky
faster.
face with the
We're all gonna
tilde
be caught in the
is a
tractor
better
beam.
winky face.
I think the
Guys, look.
anything that ends with the what is it? Capital B?
Yeah,
Bucktooth? Like,
yeah.
I like that face.
Everybody get on!
I'm so glad I'm not making any of these choices.
So, the problem, though, I mean, besides the obvious, if anything, like, the issue with Minecraft is more that it's not our taste, but it's fine.
Yes.
This is what certain kids need and enjoy, and that is fine.
Well, it's just video game Legos, man.
But it's not what I'm, into, because I loved Legos as a kid and all that, so I get it.
How long is this gonna give me?
But yeah, the Emoji Movie itself,
I refuse.
Harder than it looks.
yeah, he's just gonna get on by himself. There you go.
Yeah, nailed it.
Hey, what
But the Emoji Movie represents people looking
You
at...
must have seen it, right?
No, but the Lego Movie,
Just hang on.
right?
Yeah.
And the Wreck-It Ralph
I've got Petra. You
were
take
good
it over.
examples of things people care about being put together in this kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom way.
Yes.
Of like, oh fuck, hey cool, there's that.
I really like Wreck-It Ralph, and I actually really like the explanation of why Mario is not in that
Come on,
game.
horses.
Not in that movie. Ooh, good mistake to make, actually. But,
Isn't it because Ralph and such like represent that game?
No, actually. So Sonic's in it, and Sonic's got a little PSA in the
Princess
background.
is in it.
Um,
Peach is there.
So the deal with Mario is, wow,
Stop backseat steering.
wow, I'm super not doing anything. The thing with Mario is okay, listen, we have Nintendo characters in the game, like in the movie, right?
Peach is there.
We talked to Nintendo, we got the clearance, they were cool with it, right? But we didn't put Mario into Wreck-It Ralph because Mario is too big. If we put Mario in, he would straight up overshadow our main
The entire
characters.
movie, yeah, okay.
Especially considering the similarities between Ralph
Yep.
and Fix and Felix. So they're like, maybe for the sequel, as like
A major character.
the major other character,
Yeah,
but that would require a lot more stuff
More.
to do with Nintendo.
100%.
Like, it would be weird for Mario to show up as a cameo, considering he's the most important character ever.
Yep.
He's bigger than me. The explanation they gave is like, well, you put Mickey Mouse in your fucking movie as a cameo character that says 3 things and then leaves.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's fucking Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Wow, I super don't need to do this.
Well, you probably need to do that.
I probably need to do that one. So I love finding out which ones matter and which ones don't.
because it's about 10% of them.
Yeah. So the one,
Especially the one, if the ones that look the worst are the ones where it like the same thing happens either way. So here you took damage, right?
Yeah.
And here you take damage.
No damage.
Or the horse takes a hit. But then there's a jump, right? Where it's like it just does it.
that was all me. I did those.
You did those.
I'm gonna assume that one was important.
There was a hole in the ground one where
He just
the horse
ran
just
forward.
ran forward past the hole in the ground.
Right over that.
Anyway. So yeah, TJ
Oh, no.
Miller, Patton Oswalt, you guys got your paychecks. I understand.
I would love a paycheck to be in a movie like this.
Notch got his paycheck.
Notch got the biggest paycheck.
He showed it to Jay-Z through the window,
Am I seeing Enderman?
jealously staring at his house.
Endermen move blocks. It's what they do.
Guys, come
Oh,
on.
guys, whatever.
Like right now.
You know what? I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Yeah, you're just close my
I'm
eyes.
just gonna close my eyes.
I got some.
Oh, make it yourselves, you little bastards.
Hurry it up.
Make it yourselves, you little fucks. Fucking
Jesse,
do
look
it.
out.
But yeah, I guess I was trying to tell people that don't know what this is showing up on the schedule.
Yeah.
About. Well, I think you kind of get it by now. If you haven't figured out what this is, then you should.
Are we gonna do the whole sequence over now?
Oh, did
Are
something
you serious?
happen?
Yeah, we got killed.
Oh, I wasn't.
I guess I gotta play the game.
Oh no.
These make no difference. That was fun. Ugh. That is a Patton Oswalt right there. That's a Patton Oswalt special. I still think these are better than that last episode of The Walking Dead that we played.
So anyway,
That's astonishing.
so you think I should watch Ghostbusters before I watch the Plinkett review?
Absolutely.
Because I haven't watched Ghostbusters, and I'm wondering if I should watch it and then
You
do
should
the review.
you should watch it,
just for the context.
and
of
you
how bad.
should not watch the review immediately afterwards.
Nah.
Come on.
Right? You should give it like a day, so that you have times for your own personal
Yeah.
thoughts to percolate.
Because again, like like you mentioned earlier, like I did see Baby's Day Out as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone also saw Baby's Day Out as a kid. I think it played a lot on like Fox or something.
No, I saw it in theaters.
Wow, I saw it on the TV much
Someone
later.
Screaming in my ear.
It's a good movie. It's fun.
I think I saw it in Grenada.
It's legitimately a fun little baby movie. I like it.
Or either Baby's Day Out or Baby Geniuses.
Okay, these are different, man.
No, I know.
Baby's Day Out
I know.
is just a Looney Tunes skit.
I know, but Baby Geniuses is the one where they're talking.
Yeah, fuck that.
Jesse.
Babies can't
Gabriel
fucking
was saying
talk.
some pretty
Well,
weird stuff back on that
Baby
horse.
Geniuses, they can.
You might
It's the whole thing is like when you get old enough to learn how to
never
talk, then
acted the way
you
he's
actually
been acting.
become stupid.
I'll go talk
to like a baby. But when you're first born,
Hey, how are you
you're
feeling?
brilliant. Is the story. So I think it's like a year in or 2 years in when you start to. As soon as you form your first word,
really is
all
you.
your genius
I
brain
knew if
stuff.
anybody
Why?
outrun
goes
death, it
away.
would be you.
It's based on a dumb theory.
It's
Yeah.
me, Elgar.
Yeah?
Come
Bored
on.
people come up with bored things.
Oh yeah.
And back before the internet, they had nowhere to put them.
Does the baby genius fuel the time cube?
We've
I
known
mean,
each other
look.
for
The same people came up with shit to say, if you step over my baby, he's gonna stop growing, so you better not step
terrible
over
turn
him.
of
I've never heard that one.
Superstitions.
You're the one
Just
who
making
rescued
fun of that.
Tell
I
me,
fucking.
what is
There's a
going
bird in
on?
the house. Someone's gonna die.
Everyone's dead because you dreamed that your teeth were falling out.
Holy shit! I just realized how
Then we were
fucking
galloping.
bafflingly stupid that
Bill.
superstition was by my
all that
mom.
matters is your
So my mom, when I was like
friend.
I don't feel
six,
safe.
no, like 3 or 4,
Feels
right?
the horror
A
of being
bird
that
got
monster.
into the house.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And her and my grandmother
Foul.
became convinced
I was
that was
sure
going
it
to
was a
cause a
gun.
death in the family.
Well,
Okay.
right?
you are.
Yep.
And then a couple weeks
made it
later,
back
my
alive.
great uncle Edward died.
Yep.
More than I can say.
And they were,
for
oh, it's
some
because
of
we let the bird in the house.
That's the reason.
Right?
For a
And it's
second
like the
there,
fact that
I almost
great
managed
uncle
to
Edward was like 89, 90, 91 years old.
Had nothing,
Nothing to do with it. But then I realized
How?
my
How
mom
could this have happened?
kept a pet bird for most of my young
Who's
life.
not just a friend, but a member of the
Budgies, usually,
Uh-huh,
right? And
so
she loved those
Not
things.
that kind of bird.
And it's like, that's a bird in the house.
No, it's not that kind of
And
bird.
by the way, it wasn't a crow that got into our house either.
Yeah, no, of
If it
course
was a
not.
crow, crows are, yeah, they're portents of death.
Well, let's
right?
can we break this down in a way that usually we don't? Because that's the thing is let's really get into this now. So the concept of a house is just a building that you live in.
Wow, you're breaking it down farther than I expected.
And if an
Yeah.
animal happens to wander from its natural habitat outside your window, a few feet to the left, inside of the window of this place that's protecting you from the rain.
It creates a DNA-locked death field.
And Witherstorm 2-3.
That's
Our
that's
plan
the
was a
that's the
total
problem
failure.
for me. Is anytime something sounds pretty stupid, I zoom out as far as possible to maximize how dumb it looks, and it
Plan A
becomes
didn't
the
work.
most
So the question
insane
is,
babbling
what's
bullshit.
Plan B?
Because it has to be a family member, right? It has to be a family, so it has to be DNA or
DNA
familial
locked.
locked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, great Uncle Edward, he lived like, 30, 40 kilometers from us, and some of our other relatives, they lived out in Toronto or like fucking Nova Scotia.
What
so
if-
that means
Yeah.
the
I
field,
recognize it.
Yeah. It stands.
unless it's like chain lightning.
Well,
and-
what if the bird flies
Other
into the
people
house
wearing
on the
that
day
very
that you're
same
moving
jacket I
out?
was thrown from the monster.
If it's not your house anymore, someone else signed the lease, but your stuff is still in there.
Just
Okay.
put it out of your
So I
mind.
bought the lease. I signed it. It's my house now.
Yeah.
But you're moving your stuff out.
Yeah.
And it's all moving into the trucks, and then a bird flies in.
All right, what if the bird flies in
They were gone, but
as you're
they were
moving
just trapped
out and
in
he
the Witherstorm.
crosses the threshold
Listen, if my
just
friends are
as you
alive,
leave? So you're
I've gotta
actually
go
in the
after
clear,
them.
right?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm
They
taking
might
this
need
phone
me,
call.
Jesse.
You're gonna take a phone call?
I suddenly feel really dizzy.
Easy, easy. I got you.
Yeah, that's.
This is on mic. What's up?
Yeah, don't say horrible things. Who are you talking to? Oh, this is awkward.
Okay, well,
I gotta-
I'm in the middle.
Like right now. It's kind of shocking that he took the phone call at all. Yeah, you can text him all you want. Who was that?
All right, all good.
Look, Soren. I said
Was that
I needed
important?
some space
Ah,
to-
I'm having mom over for dinner,
Oh, that's nice.
and we're doing some groceries.
Oh, that's sweet.
Trying to figure out what she eats
Not
because
really. I'll let
she
you
eats
know
weird
if I
shit.
do.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we're vegetarian, vegan stuff. Not vegan stuff, vegetarian.
I need to dial back to the idiocy meter. What if the death field off the bird, instead of being a field, right? Instead it's a family tree style form of chain lightning in which every time the lightning hits you, it's invisible lightning by the way, you roll a death check.
Ah, and if it doesn't affect you,
Then it bounces back
to the next person
until
someone dies.
now granted this form of death chain lightning can take anywhere from 0 to infinity years for somebody to fail the death check.
Yeah.
So, you know, you never know.
Now some malevolent god had to come up with a spell
Yeah.
to make that.
Tell Ruben
It's
I
like
said
it's
that?
like out of a one,
Jealous.
you know, you have to roll a 1 on the. You have to have a critical failure on the d20
That's the
in order to die, but
course.
you're dead.
No.
Did you know that amongst the
think
top 10 most highest?
Lucas, what are you
Oh,
doing?
God.
Wow! 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 Wow!
I told you. I'm going
You
after
got your
my friends.
blankie and your
I thought
sunglasses
the other
in the
ocelots were
dark
dead,
room, and you're
but if
going to
they're not,
sleep.
I need to go find them.
All right.
Look, I am grateful.
So what do
to
I
you
know?
guys for bringing
The
me this
top
far.
10
can't
groups
leave them
with
alone.
the highest
Not with three Witherspoons
life
raging.
expectancy
Yeah.
on the planet
Yeah.
I've gotta try,
includes
Jesse.
Seventh-day
Otherwise, I
Adventists
just
because of
couldn't
their
live with
diet,
myself.
Uh huh.
Lucas,
and so
Look,
like
you and me, we've
it's
made a
super
pretty good
restrictive,
team
and
so
it's like you
And you
can
can call us
do what you
friends.
want, but they
So I
tend to
hope
be
you
like you
understand why
should
I did
eat.
It's a form of extreme kosherism.
You
and
should
then-
you should eat clean stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And
go back for any other
that makes a lot of sense, but like some people go more extreme
is
with it
just
and just go
something I
like,
have
yeah,
to
don't
do.
even bother with the meat. The
come back
meat's
as soon as
okay,
I
but you
can.
should don't even bother with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And unfortunately, and that's what like Mom's doing. But then we're gonna like fry up some big steaks.
Yeah.
So like I feel kind of weird sometimes when we're like eating these big bloody steaks at the same time.
Yeah.
As like this tofu thing.
Yeah.
But probably
That's weird.
I probably shouldn't.
So here's the only thing you can feel weird about like that is if you're dining with a vegetarian or vegan that's doing so for like moral reasons.
And they're like, oh man. Oh,
and like
jeez.
they may
Yeah.
not necessarily say anything, they may be too polite, right?
Yeah.
But like that's still weird, right?
Yeah, well, if the person is
Hey,
kind of
buddy,
like
you doing
exactly, if
okay?
they're upset at the idea of your meat.
I mean, like
course
let's
you
switch it
are.
around a bit. Let's
the same for everyone
say
else.
we live in a world in which cannibalism is technically legal but frowned upon.
Got it.
And I'm having dinner with you, and I just pull out like a whole baby
Okay.
and just start chowing down.
Right.
Right. And like, that's weird.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, at the same time, it would be like,
How are you doing?
well, you can just go to somewhere where they actually serve dog, for
Yeah.
example. And as much as people
Jesse.
like, here's the thing: as much as it's like you know, like there's fucked up jokes and all that,
Man,
like
it wasn't
there
for Ivor,
legitimately are
you
places that
like
do serve dog.
They're like cattle dog.
No
Yes,
kidding.
Like it's a type of dog that you raise for meat.
Not
Yeah,
exactly
Ari Shafir talks
I
about
worked
going
out
to a
the
bunch of
weather,
countries
sure,
where they're like,
but-
no, that's dog meat right there on the menu.
Yeah, that's a dog.
That's
right
normal. So it's not it's not like an ignorant, dumb, stereotypical
Well,
thing to
the
say.
real trap
like, no, they're-
is
you-
that
it's legit.
I become upset when you say that.
Yeah.
Because of my internal heart.
Exactly.
But
Just know, I'm gonna do everything.
the reason I do that is because dogs are loving and
Petra,
friendly and
I
smart
know
and
this
loyal,
isn't easy to hear.
and then I'm like, oh, but pigs
You're
are
too
too.
sick
Yeah,
to be
sure.
going anywhere.
Pigs are
I'm not
adorable.
that
Of course.
sick.
And
Chickens can be
and
really fun pets.
really
This
smart,
cave
actually.
for a
Yeah.
while.
Pigs are much smarter than
It's
dogs.
safe,
You can have a good time with
Say
a pig. You can have a good time with a chicken.
Yep.
You can have a good time with a cow.
Cow.
Fine.
You ever see cows sitting around like
Trying to
dogs?
keep going.
Like
No.
their feet between
I'm
their
afraid
legs?
You're not gonna make
Oh
it.
yeah, I seen that.
That's
No.
hilarious.
So you know,
way.
all that to say is
I'm
it's
not
just your
saying
arbitrary
why.
choice
I
of
can do
what
this,
animals
guys.
matter.
So let me make a let me make a modest proposal
Sure.
to you.
You need to stay here
Okay,
and rest.
so we've established
I want
that
to be there for you
the eating
guys.
of meat
Come on,
is separate
Petra,
from
you can't
morality.
even hold a
Yes.
sword.
So what about them
Maybe you're
babies?
right.
Gross.
Have you ever read a modest proposal?
I have.
It's great.
I have. And I'm aware of how and
What
where
about
goes.
that veal long pig?
But here's the but I mean, like, if you were to take out the, if you were to just like put
Leftover
aside the
cobblestone might come in handy.
abject horror of the nature of what you're asking,
Yeah, that's right.
and just get down to brass tacks, it's like, yeah,
Of
well,
feasibility.
that could be a really cool person that you're eating,
Yeah,
and that would suck.
yeah, it could be Jesus.
Like, what if money was delicious? You know,
I'd eat it.
but then you wouldn't have it,
Yeah, I know.
so that would be the problem.
Well, I guess
Not
I'd be
gonna
dead
lie,
then.
I
but
guess
we've dealt
so.
with Worse, right?
Also, what if you got eaten? You wouldn't like that.
How's it
No, that's
going?
why it's my responsibility to
is
make
this
my body
person?
as disgusting as
Keeps
possible.
insulting me.
You know, there's a lot of
One minute I
problems
think
with
I'm
eating the
talking to a
baby.
friend,
Yeah.
Besides
The
the
next time
obvious,
being made
is
fun of.
all I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. I don't know. I think we're doing a bad
I
job.
keep telling you.
Like you and me,
I'm
or like
Ellegaard.
humans.
I think.
And
Oof.
how do I know this woman exactly? I
Wow.
sense we have a
Like think
history.
about it. Think about
I
it.
feel I need
No.
a little reminder.
No.
Humans are doing okay,
I'm sorry.
but we are
I'm
doing a
trying,
bad
but
job.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean, there's we could be in a
doesn't
lot
remember
worse of a
anything.
situation
I
right
think
now.
I think I'm doing all right.
And like, we got the internet,
Like
and that's
haven't
pretty
seen
cool.
yeah,
each
the
other
internet's
for so
cool.
long.
Internet lets us,
I don't know what would
like,
even
we could
help.
have a couple decades of bullshit because the internet
I
kind of
suppose I
like,
could
It has
talk
enough
about the
porn
time we
to
stayed up
distract
for a
us.
week
oh yeah,
straight
the
trying
internet's
to
a
wire
big
an
one.
ocelot
The internet's a
gaming
big
machine.
big
Do
push.
like that internet.
Imagine if we invented the
Because
internet
Magnus did
before
this too. And
like
you were
other
never
modern
one to turn down a
contrivances.
dare.
Okay, how far back are we talking?
Industrial revolution.
Okay, you're talking the internet comes along with the industrial revolution.
It comes along with like the telephone.
simultaneous.
So, yeah, so even before that.
Okay, so it
sure how
predates
it's
like
gonna be.
cars.
Yes.
But I want to
Okay.
express
It's
my
like we go from like letters and telegrams to like,
help
you know, and Morse code and stuff
However I
like
can.
that.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Now then,
You think we're
tell me
isolated
another
now?
story.
Think about how
I'm not even
isolated
sure where to
people would be, in which hanging out with somebody carried a risk of death 100% of the time.
I don't really feel like company.
Hey, you want to go hang out with your aunt? Okay, 3 days ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
3 days ride, plague, food,
Yeah, Plague's out there
dysentery.
eating babies. He's like,
There would be really no good reason to leave home.
yeah, no, ever.
Like, why would you go to LA? Why would you do
Oh,
that?
especially in that era? Like what? Get the fucking plague or some shit
Ruben!
from LA?
Unless Steven Steele proposes the steel ball run, I am not crossing the great American
Don't run
land.
off on me.
Although in
okay?
hindsight, it is pretty cool that you could go somewhere and nobody would know what it is.
There's that. There's also the fact that, like, your horse is doing all the work, really.
Yeah. And then you get all like fucked up in your dick. 'Cause riding a horse sucks.
Oh man, well, you gotta saddle that shit, dude.
You still get all fucked up.
You do, but you
Saddle
get-
sores are the worst.
But you get significantly less fucked up if you have a saddle.
Yeah.
You ever rode a horse?
No. Yes. Yes, I have.
I like how dismissively you said it until you remembered that you actually did.
I also rode an elephant.
Sure.
Yeah, at the park safari in Granby.
About the past. It's about the
Was it a
future.
close call?
There are
What do you mean?
3 of those things now. You say that like it's my fault.
Did the elephant
It is
get
your
scared?
fault.
No.
Don't take responsibility.
Oh,
for
'cause I'm a
God's
mouse?
story. I
Something
did
like that.
by locking
That's-
the command
It was a half hour. I was
That was terrible.
I was forming it.
No, I have stories of fucking Granby Zoo, but they're none
Yeah,
about
but
an
fuck,
elephant.
fuck that. Did you ride a horse for real, or did you, like, baby ride a horse?
I baby rode a horse.
Ah, fuck that.
What, did you ride a horse for real?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What, were you chasing after the Cutlass guy?
In Grenada.
Petra, you sure
Part of
you're
the Rough
okay?
Riders?
The field down the street from where I
Just need to
lived
rest for a bit.
would had a guy that had horses, and he'd bring them up there every weekend.
Yeah.
And he'd give kids lessons on
Yeah.
how to ride a horse, and it was pretty fun. And we all remember like enjoying it and taking it for little trots and learning how to gallop. And then one day, the one thing that the guy always says to everybody is don't stand behind the horse. And then one day a girl stood behind the horse. And he literally couldn't say it any more than he said it to people to not do it. But there's always going to be somebody who wins a Darwin Award.
Wait, Darwin Award? Seriously?
No.
Okay.
But it was really bad.
I can imagine.
It was really, really bad.
Oh, what good has ever come of that?
In fact, I don't know how she ended up.
Oh! That story ends with I don't know what happened?
She went to the hospital.
And you never
It
saw her
was
again.
really bad, and I never saw or heard of her
Not
again.
like that. You need to hear me out.
So don't stand behind the horse.
Do not.
What you don't understand.
He said it
You are
to the
all in
point
very grave
that it was
danger.
annoying, and she still did it.
Obviously.
It
No,
baffles
I
my
mean
mind so
specifically
hard.
It's like I remember in shop class, you know, in fucking high school, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're
yeah.
soldering things.
Yeah, or
And
running the
see,
bandsaw.
Like every
programmed it to
god, like
follow his
5 minutes. Like the teacher, I forget what his name was,
You mean
really
the
old.
orders
Just like,
and-
watch your hands.
That amulet.
Don't put your hands near the
Gabriel
blade.
doesn't have that amulet.
Solder with your
Yes, he
hands
does.
at the edges
What?
of the board, right? Just over and
I
over and
know.
over.
Yeah, yeah.
And people got fucked up all the time.
It's
all the
it's
time.
unbelievable.
I mean, I soldered a little bit of metal to my
I don't
hand
think I realize.
because I just wasn't.
Nothing can.
I wasn't
stop
thinking,
those
right?
things.
Just
Yeah.
a little,
Nothing
just a
even
small
hurts
burn,
them.
but right. And I went ah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "That's why you watch your hand." And like, one kid always is a fucking idiot with the bandsaw.
Yeah, the bandsaw, the jigsaw.
Bandsaw to me is the most like
I
fucking
hadn't seen it with my own
accident
eyes.
prone of them
Because you
all.
just slide right in.
Yeah.
I'll give you this.
You slide right in and you don't even feel it.
I mean, I'm not particularly handy. Like I've helped my dad build a couple things in my youth and did chores, you know, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I learned to be handy when I started building sticks.
Yeah, sure, right? And I'm a little more handy with electronics because I've fucked around on the internals, right?
Yeah, I built a computer. I built a
But-
computer. Yeah, we all did that.
Dad taught me something really important when you're using the bandsaw,
Yep.
and that
This is
is
just like the old
okay.
days,
You're gonna be
Soren.
cutting wood
You
with a
and your
bandsaw,
crazy
right?
ideas.
What that means is that you have a shit ton of spare wood all over the place because you're cutting it, right?
How to bring the storms and the
Draw your
elements
line, hold your hand on the side, and use another piece of wood to push it
push.
through.
Of course.
Never, unless you're like a master
obvious.
fucking carpenter,
We simply bring
use
the
your
emerald
hands to
back to
push
my
the whole
fortress.
thing through.
There's no reason for
You're
it.
begging to get your thumb sawed off.
There's no reason for it.
Storms.
And he told me that,
Storms to
and
the
then I went
Enderman.
back to the house,
Just one problem.
you know,
You're
before my
forgetting
folks
about the
moved out
command
to a new
block.
place because they retired.
Yes.
And Dad's making
clear
some
now
bullshit in the
that no
backyard, and I
weapons
watch him doing exactly what he always taught me not to do. And he cut himself.
Actually,
There you go. Yeah. No.
And he almost cut 2 of his fingers all the way off doing it. And I'm like,
I
Dad,
mean, stole it.
Dad.
Yeah.
yes.
And he's
well,
like,
at the
I've
end
done
of
this
the
a
day,
million times. Like, no,
back up.
no, you're ignoring the real
Well, I'd
core
say
of the
just in
lesson.
case is here.
Yeah. Buddy we know that worked down at PA Groceries
What is this fail-safe?
worked in the meat
Exactly.
cutting part,
An enchanting
and
What
he had nothing but stories
power of
because
the
like
command block
the
and-
Oh, yeah.
the veterans were people that had like scars and possibly finger parts gone,
Forever.
like not entire fingers but just chunks of
Yes,
finger.
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, yep,
Very
that's
well
gone
solve all
now.
our
That's
problems.
not
That's
getting
not gonna grow
reattached.
back.
Nope.
Let's go get that book.
And it's
one
insane because it's just like
It's at my
they know better than anybody,
which is
but
sort
there's
of
just
far
these
away.
moments of
far could it
absent-mindedness.
My
possibly
favorite one is we had this, not sure if it was Polish or Ukrainian, but he was definitely Eastern European. His name was Yuri, working at the butcher shop,
was
right?
that?
And Yuri was 50s, maybe early 60s. Old Eastern European guy, the big accent, doesn't speak English or French very
Right.
well. Real, is always happy and smiling,
Seen some shit.
right? He's a
keeps
jovial
coming
kind of
for
guy,
us.
right? And
Well, we can't stand around and
Frank,
wait
the
for
manager, he says he notices that Yuri
So
is in
what do we do?
agonizing pain all day. right? He's like, "What, Yuri? What's wrong?" He's like, my teeth.
Ivor?
It's like, well, what is
Oh,
it?
I'll be.
And he just pokes
is
in,
you.
and even from a look, he can see that its wisdom teeth have completely come in and fucked up his whole mouth.
My name is
right?
Gabriel.
He just doesn't go to the dentist.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody-
His teeth are otherwise immaculate, other than he's like, Yuri, your wisdom teeth are fucked. You have to get those taken out.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, okay. And he walks over
You figured
and
all that
picks
out
up one of the
just
meat
now?
pliers
The point is, we
and
need to get
just
moving.
yanks
Yeah.
all four of them out of his head. Just pop, pop, pop.
Oh man.
And he goes, oh, it feels much better.
can't.
And he's like,
I can't.
gushing blood. Like full bloody mouth, like having to swallow.
Not even like a vodka fucking.
And then he goes to wash his
I don't know
hands.
Oh man.
And puts the apron, and Frank's like, the fuck are you doing?
So you thought this through.
You have to go home.
You just go make that super weapon.
You don't get to. What the fuck is wrong with you, Yuri?
I don't go back to handling food.
You have the day off. Go home.
I'm going.
But
Go
the
I pledge
food
to
needs to be handled.
Go to the
what I must
dentist.
do.
I'll work both shifts.
Oh,
like
fuck.
He's out
just.
there
Oh,
all by
man.
himself.
Yeah. Yep. That's how we all get the
My
shit.
dad did that. He
head
blew
out
up his finger and was
now.
gonna take a cab.
That's how.
No, he was gonna drive himself.
Of course he was.
He exploded his finger in an industrial accident.
I mean, there's something admirable and noble about the old school.
what is up with
fucking-
that generation? Why are they so much tougher than we are?
Ridiculous.
I went to the hospital because I couldn't
Yeah.
take a shit. And my tummy hurt.
Yeah.
I'll see you at
It's just the nature of the work you do
Not if I
means
see you
you're
first.
getting hurt more often, so
Like a lot more often.
the pain threshold gets higher.
Builds character.
Yeah, literally.
Well, also, like when you get all fucked up to a degree, you understand. You go, that was really horrible. What happened to me, right? But it didn't kill me. So now I can establish that something that horrible won't kill me. So you're not as afraid of it.
Wait, hold on. Was that intro or
That was
outro?
That was intro.
Did you tap another button?
What do you mean?
We're 32 minutes in. How is this giving us a title card?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck? Anyway, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about it.
I am worried.
Don't worry about it.
No,
I didn't particularly dawdle at any length on that.
the one you always gotta watch out for is when someone's using like the bandsaw or the the machine press to like you're slicing like let's say a piece of wood down the middle, and they're going down with both sides on each side, and then as soon as they completely separate the two from each other, they go flying apart, and your hands fly apart.
Yeah.
And now your face is going down into the blade.
That's a bit much. Shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Also, I've had personal experience with this. Everybody out there, all you young folk or even folks that are at our age that have not actually done this yet. You're dealing with super glue or epoxy, and it says to wear gloves.
Oh my god.
And you say, oh, fuck it, I'll just be careful.
Oh my god.
Fucking wear gloves.
So the funny thing about that is, if you use super glue in the incorrect method that a lot of people use it, you're probably gonna just end up with that coating that feels weird for a while, but you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you'd use the proper method,
Which is... What,
the same thing for rubber cement, by the way. The way you actually are supposed to use super glue and rubber cement is not put the dab where you want to stick the thing and then stick the thing. You're supposed to put a dab on both sides of the surface that you want to connect to each other, let it dry a little bit, then put those two together.
Ah, interesting.
And holy fuck, it's so much stronger when you do that.
Oh.
And especially with rubber cement too. You rubber cement both sides and then stick it together. Your
So you're
hands,
creating 3 bonds.
you're creating a super fucking huge big bond. Big boy bonds.
Well, because usually what'll happen is you get a dab of it on your hand.
And then it dries and you get like a coat that doesn't go anywhere for a
Yeah,
while.
for like weeks.
Yeah. But no, you do it the proper way and like no, your finger is now
And like
stuck.
the reason it falls off isn't because it gets old. It's because your skin cells that it's attached to die, and then you eventually just get tired and tear it off, and it hurts a little bit.
That's
I guess.
basically it. Yeah.
My rear
But yeah,
ends
you gotta really
swelled
be
and
careful with
sore.
that shit.
Feels like
Don't
we've been riding
super glue your
forever.
dick.
Who
I am
would-
telling you,
I don't
we
know.
cannot go to the far lands.
Well,
And not
like,
just the
if it's
edge of our
between
world,
that
but the
and, like,
limits of our
taking a
comprehension.
fucking knife to it,
The far lands are a happy
or one of those
accident.
weird sounding
Nature's
rods.
way of keeping life interesting.
Then-
No.
You talking about your Naruto shit again?
Unpredictable.
Super glue your dick.
Hurling noise, floating
What?
points.
What?
These are
No.
not matters to be
I'm
toyed
talking
No,
about
village.
talking about the Pain Olympics.
No, I'm good, man.
You're scaring everyone.
No, thank you.
Soren.
And for good reason.
I don't need any Narutos today.
Far
Okay,
lands
well,
lie at the very
that's
edge
fine.
of all
The sounding
things,
village.
where logic gives way to chaos. They're a dangerous
good.
place
Oh,
to visit.
That's
They're
real
a
good.
ridiculous
Can we go
place
back to,
construct
like,
a laboratory?
Happier times,
Just
like the
wait
vineyard.
until you see it.
Do those two never stop
You remember
arguing?
the vineyard.
I'm too
I
hungry
told
to
you
care.
about the vineyard.
No kidding. I'm
Wine
starving.
tasting.
Wine tit.
Maybe we should turn back?
This isn't the time.
Come
Swamps are
on.
too dangerous.
I'm
you
not-
never know what
Yeah,
might be
you
lurking
know.
around.
It's how you taste wines.
My
Spit it?
stomach.
The more
I'm
aged the
taking a
wine, the
break.
better.
So
To fill a glass of wine, a good red, maybe a Chardonnay.
Oh,
Perhaps some
man.
Pinot Noir.
Oh,
The
I
far lands
forgot
are just
about
beyond
And you
this.
take a dip,
So this could
Dip
be our
it.
last
You take a
chance
dip.
to find food?
and that's how you enjoy the wine.
People are so goddamn weird.
The
man.
vineyard.
That's
People would post about better wines because some wines are better than others.
you just had that part where you just hey
Look, man,
hey what's going on?
we're bored children in the year 2017.
I'm 31, man.
We're bored children. Arrested
Kato, you're coming
Development.
with me.
We will never be
Not much,
adults.
but it'll help.
Not in the sense that our parents were adults, and definitely not in the sense that our
I
grandparents
was talking to
were
my
adults.
girlfriend about this just like 2 days ago because she recently had her birthday, right? And I'm like, I feel like it was the great lie
Like they
that
say,
our
two
parents'
potatoes, better than
generation played on us.
That there's a threshold you
That-
pass.
Because I
Jesse,
vividly
have you found
remember
any
so many
food?
times in my youth.
I should
Yeah.
probably take what I
You'll
have back
understand
to
when
the
you're
group.
older, you'll be more mature, and when you're an
Exactly.
adult. And the way that it was portrayed
Yeah.
was that there was a time or place or event in your life
Where it just happens.
that it would kind of come together
Yep.
around this,
Which
not
is-
all at once, but
Yeah.
We should steer clear.
and
Nothing
I don't know
good ever happens when
anyone
witches are
that happened to.
At all. I'm watching friends get
That's
married,
enough to feed
and
everyone.
I could be like,
I mean, Matt got married. It didn't
Witches
happen to him. He's not an adult.
of course, and I'm saying, and he has a car, and any of us could start
potatoes
paying
around.
mortgages any day
Any
now.
day now. Yeah, we're getting to that point where we're thinking about it.
And
Right?
it's-
We're actually thinking about it.
And it's not gonna make a fucking difference, man. It's just another thing to pay,
And they know this
and then those
far
bills that
better
come
than
in,
I.
and those
instead of your rent, it's going to be my mortgage.
and instead of but sure, but it's like more importantly, the emails about your mortgage are right next to your fucking Steam sale emails.
Jesse, did you
Because
find
that's
any
all that
food?
is.
Actually,
And then
yes,
that
some
V
potatoes, but
Bulletin
it'll have to
site that
wait.
you're technically
There's
a part
witch
of.
nearby. We
It's
saw
like,
her
hey, we
creeping
got
through
hacked
swamp.
again. You need to save your change your password so you can look at your creepy pornos.
There you
Oh,
go.
no, you don't.
I mean, look,
Right next to it.
you know what's a really good like example?
Oh, okay. Actually, I
Yeah,
have to
you
do
probably
this.
have to do this. A pretty good example I can think of is like Jeff Gerstmann and the Giant Bomb Boys,
Yeah,
where
they're older than us a little bit.
they're full-on adults at this point, more than a little bit.
Well, Jeff's older.
they're all like a decade older than we are.
No, not some of them.
Nasty old thing.
Like Brad and Dan Reichert are like our age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that freaked me the fuck out because I had to listen to that podcast for years and years and years,
I
and
thought there
always
were-
been like,
That's a deadly combination.
oh yeah,
of
these
emotions
old guys,
combined with
and then
Yeah,
like,
I thought
oh,
they
it's
were
my
close-
birthday, and he was like a
Oh,
year
we'll
older
all
than
be
me,
killed.
and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
man.
I wasted so much of my
Oh
life.
jeez. Okay.
But they've
Well,
seen
Because
us.
Jeff got in so
Just
early because he
follow
dropped
us.
out of fucking college to do it back in like 89.
yeah,
or something.
The GameSpot opportunity was nice and early.
Back when it was Video Game Spot, right? But the rest of the guys, no, they're about the same age as us. But they're kind of adults. So Vinny's got kids.
When you hear them talking about stuff that is like not games,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, these are just adults.
they became adults.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go down with the wife to the hardware store.
Exactly.
Guys, I think we
And I
lost
did that
them.
when I first moved in, but I don't think
You know.
I don't think it's ever really gonna
You
happen.
lost
Like I
them for
recently went
WoW?
down with the girlfriend to the
What is
Canadian
that?
Tire to get some furniture.
Oh.
Does that count?
Yeah, IKEA
I guess-
shopping.
Yeah. Well, no. Canadian Tire shopping is different.
It's like we're at the edge of the world.
Actually, we seem to be at the corner of it.
Yeah, I don't
Welcome
know.
to
I
the
don't think it's
far
gonna happen.
lands, my
I
friend.
don't think.
You
You know, actually,
I don't know if I wanted to.
you know what? I think we might be wrong. I think we might be mistaken. And I
feel
think
a lot better about
we
going
are
into
maybe
this
adults,
crazy
maybe.
wall thingy if I wasn't still
but we
hungry.
didn't notice it because it was so
At least
gradual.
Jesse found those
And the way that you tell
That might be the saddest
is
sentence
that
ever uttered.
you talk to somebody who is like 22,
Yeah.
and you're just fucking overwhelmed
Yeah,
with the feeling of like,
that's
what are you, a fucking
chaos
idiot?
At the same, yeah, that comes in heavy and hot. At the same
was
time, though,
stunned
I
into
have a
silence my
very
first
distinct
time,
chapter
too.
1 and 2
Who built
Yeah.
this thing?
that a lot of people
Nobody.
don't have.
Nope.
So to me, I kind
This
of
is a natural
Oh,
phenomenon.
I have multiple chapters. My
Intersection of
personality
two
has
of the
changed
great
dramatically in
walls
like
that
4
form the
stages of my
Boundary of
life.
our world.
yeah.
You can say
There's
that again.
there's elementary school, high school,
My fault. Should've
Cégep,
seen that
which would be
coming.
university or
Whatever
college for
Ivor's
you
hiding
American
in
folks,
here,
and
it will be
then
extremely
post.
well guarded.
And those are all very clearly divided,
Okay.
right? Like
This
Cégep
way.
Pat would be the kind of
I'd
guy
feel better
to
about
go
this
to
if the
just,
rest of
hey,
our group was
will
with
you want
us.
to play some Street Fighter? He's like, sure, and then I show up and drink a whole bottle of vodka,
Right.
and just fuck, and then you have to call my parents to tell them that I'm dead.
Well.
I appreciate that. That's very kind, right? Current Pat would not
Is
do
this-
that.
Okay.
A maze?
It would appear so.
Yeah, I think I just go
A massive
from
one from the looks
church
of it.
boy to
If Ivor used the command block to build
you know,
this, it
not
could
church
hold
boy.
Yeah, well, those are the two, those are wider than any two gaps in any of my personality.
But then there's a slight third one where it's like not church boy that doesn't feel
Because
guilty
some
about it
part of you
anymore.
still knows
Oh,
Ivor.
you had the part where you're like,
Fortunately-
Oh, dude!
Seems to
I
be the
told
only
I
way
told people
forward.
this, but it's
There
like
has to be
to
another
this
way.
day when
secret door, or-
certain types
I
of
don't know.
foods like pork and
Yeah.
things like
Some
that,
way around.
I still feel weird.
you're like, I
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
no.
Especially
We're not
stuff like
doing
bacon.
this.
I've gotten used to because
We
it's
can
fucking
find
great.
another way through.
But like weird, like certain seafoods and things where it's like there's that initial like, oh, this is wrong. You know,
And then
that
you're like,
still
oh no,
kicks
wait,
in.
that's part of that stupid thing.
Nope, it still kicks in.
Damn.
And that I realized
I
that
thought you weren't
10
gonna
years
go in
in, 20 years
Yeah, good
in,
point.
that's not going away. That is here for life, dude. I'm always gonna have a moment's hesitation on certain foods.
Interesting.
Flowers, but no trees.
I don't know,
Guess it's a Farlands thing.
especially stuff like that I missed out on, like stuff that's not particularly great. Like for example, bologna's terrible.
I don't like bologna.
There's
Bologna
too
is
many.
terrible.
We can't break them
And the
all.
whole time I was a kid, I remember like people would get bologna sandwiches and stuff, and I'd be,
You'd be like, oh man,
"That's a type of meat I can't have."
I'm just not allowed to have the meat.
What's that sandwich taste like? I don't know what it tastes like. And then when I was finally able to have it,
I
I
want
was
to see
like,
what happened.
"It's fucking terrible."
Oh, I just get fucking killed.
So I was like, the big deal
On guard!
that was made in my brain about bologna turned out to be fucking nothing.
Turns out it was all baloney after all.
Oh god.
You really? You're
I
gonna,
know,
You're
I
gonna do
know.
a whole segment
I
on
know,
baloney.
I
You're gonna do
know.
a whole fucking thing, and you're not gonna expect that fucking crap.
Caught in the vines!
You know, but then you get some other cold cuts and you go, hey, that's not bad. A little bit of gabagool,
Get some prosciutto, man.
prosciutto,
I like that shit.
a little bit of
Some good stuff.
turkey. I will say this though, I used to have like turkey
that
bacon,
worked,
and
yeah,
that shit is
suppose.
still good.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
Still
I guess.
delicious.
Turkey's great in nearly every form.
Turkey
Love
bacon
turkey.
doesn't get enough play.
But now what do we do?
You know
We're
what's
all
also really
separated.
good too? So I used to do this as a kid. And I'm remembering it now because I'm thinking about cold
Let's
cuts.
just head that way and find
If
a
you
place
take,
where the
oh, you know,
paths
like a
connect.
turkey cold cut, and you nuke
Sure
it.
hope they don't get lost
Like
in
just
there.
absolutely microwave the absolute shit out of
You
it.
nuke it, not till you're
I don't
getting
get
it like
lost in there.
smoked, but you nuke it till it's getting like hard around the edges,
Okay, that's significantly nuked.
right? Because it doesn't take long though. It only takes like maybe 30 to 40 seconds. But you nuke that shit, and you have a couple of those, and you basically get like a turkey chip, and you can dip it. And you get like a little like maybe like a cheese whiz dip. Or
You know what
something
I
like
gotta
that.
say? This-
You get a turkey chip, and it tastes really good.
You know what I hate? Modern fucking like the microwave that I have right in my current apartment.
Yeah.
It's much stronger than the one in my parents' place, right? Because they have an older one.
So the timers are
Um,
inconsistent.
and I've noticed that microwaves over time have just become stronger.
Yes.
That sucks.
You don't know
I
the
don't
time
want
frame.
that.
Yeah.
It's way too easy to completely fuck something up in it.
Have you ever gone back to a microwave that doesn't have a rotating plate?
No.
So I went back to one of those,
That's
and it was
madness.
so weird because
That's nonsense.
it legitimately doesn't cook all your food. You have to spin the plate.
That was a very, very early invention
Yeah.
in microwave technology.
And I also had a microwave where the plate stopped spinning, and I had that for a while before I replaced it. And it was like same thing. Got to spin the food. Got to spin it.
Spin your fucking food, man.
Rotate your
It's important that
saves.
you hey,
Rotate your
rotate your
fish. You eat fish?
Fish is okay. I don't personally like it all that much. Sushi's fine.
Yeah, but do you eat it?
Yeah, I'll eat a fish.
Do you buy fish?
No.
That's what I mean. Because like
I'll-
no one has a problem with fish.
I'll buy and eat sushi, but I'm not.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
mean
not,
sushi.
I'm not sitting here going like, man, couldn't go for a real like slab of salmon right now.
Because that's the thing is like like no one I know has a problem with fish, but no one buys fish.
I think you have to be some kind of weird asshole to be like, fuck fish. Like, in general,
Yeah.
like, I don't particularly care for seafood, but a nice fish, that's fine,
Yo,
right?
dude.
And the reason I say, like, you have to be a special kind of weirdo asshole is I'm insanely picky. But fish is, like, a much, like, not blander, but it's, like, a less intense flavor
Yeah, for
than
sure.
most main course
Seafood
meals.
seafood in general.
So, like, how fucking nuts, you're crazier than Pat.
but like,
Think about that, motherfuckers.
but like, how fucking good is a nice smoked salmon bagel with cream
Oh,
cheese?
it's real good.
After you haven't had one in a long time.
It's extremely high quality.
You know,
Go out
who
to
the fuck is gonna turn down
Go out
smoked
to
salmon?
fucking St. Vietar Bagel, best bagel place in the world. Fucking gets a salmon bagel. Fucking, oh man.
Unbelievable. So no, yeah, and no one's gonna turn that shit down. You know, and smoked salmon like just beats lots of other regular.
I will
meat.
completely agree. Smoked salmon is the absolute fucking shit.
You know, the problem is you buy some and you just start peeling at it.
Yeah, I got that problem with smoked meat.
You don't save it for your plates or for your meals. You just start peeling the pieces, like
Yeah.
like Tony Soprano.
We get my dad. I forget where the fuck it is. There's this place. It's kind of near Schwartz, but not really. But where it's just this fucking hole in the wall butcher shop that does smoke meat.
Olivia.
Right?
Ah.
And it's the best fucking smoked meat in the world. And I say that because smoked meat is kind of unique to fucking Montreal,
And it's not Schwartz.
and it's the best smoked meat. It's better than Schwartz
What the
because
fuck
it's
is this place?
it's a butcher shop. It does not like
What the fuck is this place, Ben?
I forget. I will ask my dad, and and I will tell you where it is.
That's crazy.
And you'll get like a fucking pound of the shit. You know, you'll just get like
charcuterie.
you'll get fucking tons of it.
Because that's
and
how you have to buy it by the weight.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some sandwiches with this. No, you're not. Fuck you. It's gonna be like 3 in the morning.
You know,
And you're gonna be like, you know what I could go for? A slab of some fucking marbled ass smoked meat.
and when they hand it to you, they give you a fucking pickle with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I appreciate the culture here, but get that shit out of my
I don't like
face.
a pickle.
I enjoy pickles in general, but I don't care for them
I
with my
view a
smoked
pickle as a form of ruined cucumber.
meat. Wow. Pickles are not bad.
They're fucking awful.
I don't mind them. But I just don't want them with my meal.
I
as
have
a thing.
I have an extreme hatred of
You have to be in
vinegar.
the mood for it. You have to be in the mood for it.
Right? And with my extreme hatred of vinegar, that makes pickles kind of poisonous.
Deviled eggs, not gonna cut it.
Hell no, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, all right, that's
Get
fine. But you must like vinegar. You must like vanilla.
Supposed to be.
Vanilla's okay.
Vanilla extract is vinegar
Anyone?
Olivia.
and
is that you?
vanilla leaf.
Jesse, there you are.
You can make it.
Well, I certainly don't taste the vinegar in there.
You take a bottle full of
I thought I'd
vinegar and
never
you just
find
dip
you.
a
All those
vanilla
dead
leaf in
ends
it,
back there.
Vanilla is an insanely strong flavor.
and you just create a giant bottle of
You don't have
extract.
to say anything. You're thinking exactly.
Oh, because the
what I'm
vinegar like
It
breaks
just-
it down on the
just- yep,
outside, and
like,
yeah.
turns it right into
Maze?
it.
We don't have time for this.
Man, now I really want some smoked meat.
Yeah, but it's
It's like pastrami, but it's not pastrami.
don't have it too often
The
though.
clock's ticking here,
I'll be honest, I don't
It's
even
the
know what.
reddest of red meats.
I don't
We're
even
lost
know
in some
what
elaborate
animal swim
puzzle.
meat is made out of. I don't really care.
It's the reddest of red meats.
If that fucking place
it's
came
cow.
out and told me
Have
that
any
it was
idea
human,
how to
I
get
wouldn't
us
give a
across this
shit.
It's cow,
gaping
it's cow.
bottomless
It's
pit?
probably cow. It's easier to get.
But yeah,
We
you
got
gotta-
plenty of cows out here.
Once a week, huh?
What about this thing? Could it get us across?
What now?
Once a week, red meat.
It's some kind of flying barge. It would probably get
Excuse
us
me
to
while
the
I
other
crack
side.
my arthritic joints.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really bad
Just
shape.
keep it
And it's
chicken.
really
Keep it light.
complicated.
I've switched over to
And then
nearly.
and then switch
I don't
over
know.
to
think
pork
it's out of
or
my
beef
league.
once a week.
Yeah, that is actually pretty much what I do.
I
Because
wish I'd had more time.
giving
to
up
study
chicken.
with
If
Elidar.
somebody said to me, "Okay, you got to give up red meat and chicken," I'd be like,
She could
"Fuck
fix
you!"
this thing right up.
I guess
Yeah,
I guess I'll just die.
I guess I'll just die.
I'll take a look.
Like,
yeah.
if I had to just eat
Yeah.
chicken the rest of my
Yeah, it doesn't
life
even make
as
any
the
sense.
primary
What was Hydra
whatever,
thinking?
fuck it, I'll live. Chicken's great.
I was really happy when I found out that chicken was healthy because I was like, God damn it. So
Well, I mean, chickens
Or
are
maybe it's just
filthy.
But I mean,
And
like,
like
the meat on
Elidar
its own,
himself said, "I
when
don't
like,
have what it
lean
takes to be a
chicken is
great
good.
engineer."
You know,
Like filthy
She
to the
was
point
right, I
where
just
it's the
can't
only
hack
meat.
it.
Like you cannot undercook that shit. You will die.
I might as well be
Um,
a carrot farmer.
But I remember just hearing about like Opie from O&A would talk about
Don't
like his
give me
dad,
that look.
you know,
You
his
gotta
dad is like
understand.
getting old and sick, and
She's the
they're like,
greatest
you
red
can't,
zone engineer
eat red
ever.
meat anymore. It's going to destroy
She's
your
in the
heart.
Order of the Stone.
And he would
Sure,
like
the
suffer
Order of
for
Stone
like
people,
maybe
just
2
like
months,
us.
and then just be like,
Right.
I
Just
fuck
I'm
it.
gonna eat this.
Fuck it. And they're like, what are you? And he's like,
How are
no,
we the ones saving the
no,
world when even
listen
they
to
don't
me.
have what
10
it
steaks.
takes?
I
Soren and Ivor
am
are always at
choosing
each
to
other's
eat
throats.
this.
The
And they'd
greatest
be like,
warrior in history
okay.
doesn't remember his own name.
you know, and he just kind
Nothing
of
could
yeah, and
Elidar
apparently
any
like, you know, a little
respect.
bit towards the end, he was just
And
like, yeah,
Magnus
man,
lost his life
I just
trying to fight
wanna
this.
enjoy what I have, you know.
Well, I mean,
And what can you say to that? What can you say to a man that's like, I want a steak, and I know.
If the Order
But I
can't
want
do
it.
this, how are we supposed to?
Who are you to deny?
you attach electrodes to the steak.
How are we
jeez.
supposed to do anything?
So the thing is that they're.
What if you could be immortal, but you had to
The Order
drink
of the Nothing.
oatmeal slush,
I mean,
sludge.
they defeated an Enderman.
and you can
Oh, I
only
mean-
consume
Can you name
oatmeal
me
slush?
I
one thing
let's
we've done
let's take it back a notch.
And
When
I
I was in the
mean managing
hospital
to stay
with my
alive.
problem, they come
Something
in
that actually
with
matters.
a fucking 5-liter jug of chemical,
Yeah, I can't either.
and they go, "Drink this,"
Then again,
and I
maybe
go,
this
"How
is our
much?"
chance.
And they say, "Drink this."
Oh wow!
And I'm like, "Are you serious?" They're like, "This is the best thing for
Ah.
this."
Wow!
It's
All
what
right,
they use.
I'll
They
try
give
it one
it.
more
They give
time.
it to fucking people that need surgery on their shit. It's like, no, this will fucking flush the everything.
wow!
Right?
Okay.
And I take a glass
second.
and I
think I
almost
see what he was trying
vomit
to do.
straight away. It is.
Jesse, take this
It
piston,
is.
craft it into a sticky
It
piston,
looks
and
like
place it
water,
on the other side of the barge,
but it's
along
not.
with a redstone
It's
block.
it is a it is like a powder
all that?
that you fill it up with like 3 or 4
think
liters of
so.
water,
And just a
then
concoction of- yeah,
and
okay.
it is fruit flavored. And the reason why it's fruit flavored is because it has. I can tell underneath the overpowering, disgusting fruit flavoring
Looks like
that it
Ivor
is hiding
knows
something really crazy. But I can't quite put my because the
And a
aftertaste is
slime
like poisonous.
Bitter.
Yeah, it's really really bitter.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, it's the texture. It's like syrup.
Oh, water syrup.
Yeah,
Oh man, that sounds horrible.
and oh shit.
Show recipes. Show recipes.
This is what I want. Is that what I wanted?
What else? What else?
Sticky piston.
There you go. Yeah. And then under the yeah.
Is that what I wanted?
Wrong box. Yep.
I did it.
Now what happens then?
I got halfway through it,
Okay.
and
Well, first of all, 5 liters is
it's crazy.
That's madness.
It's dude.
That's madness.
They're like, no, you need to. The idea is that your stomach is so full that it forces its swelling in your intestine. Like you are actually filling up your entire digestive tract, right?
So you can consume 5 liters as far as like.
Well, I can't
Okay.
because I got like 3 liters in,
Get 2 giant Coke bottles.
and then took
crazy.
took like one more gulp, and then that gulp, it hit the liquid down my throat.
Right.
And then came right back up. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm actually physically limited right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no place for this to
Hey,
go
Olivia.
right now.
You put the block and piston on the barge yet?
But
No.
Texture.
thing won't start
It's
without them.
more important for your food
right on
than
it.
most people realize.
well, it's funny because my girlfriend doesn't care about taste as much as she cares about texture.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of food where she'd be
Redstone
like, I
block, we're
can't eat
supposed
this. I'm
to
like,
go
but it's delicious.
place
It's like,
these
I the
pistons.
texture's off.
yeah.
And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about texture. I've never really given a fuck about texture.
You don't give a fuck about texture until it's bad.
Until it's bad.
And then you're like, oh.
But yeah, what I want to know is, can you suffer through that for the sake of
Holy
immortality
cow,
and
did
never
it.
eat anything delicious
We
again?
need flint and steel to get it started.
Just full on, hey, drink the
proud of you,
Soylent
Olivia.
equivalent.
And you can't
Thanks,
even have
Gypsy.
water.
And
You can
thanks
only
for
drink
everything
this.
you said just
this
before.
So the question
Wow.
isn't whether or
Really
not you would take the deal, because everyone would take the deal.
No problem.
Right? The question is would you be able to maintain?
yeah.
And the answer for me is no.
Run!
I don't have so look at that glitch.
Could you do it for a while and then give up?
Yes.
Come on,
Now,
come
how
on.
long that while happens to
Quick,
be,
onto the barge.
I don't know. I'm the kind of person who will fail hard at willpower-based tasks when it involves, like, sugar. I have a legitimate addictive problem with sugar.
That one was weird because it was way easier for me to kick sugar than I thought it would be. Honestly, you
Everyone
do it
okay?
long enough and it just stops.
My
Being a craving.
mom has the same thing, and so does my grandma. Like everybody on that side of the family has like an absolute vicious sweet tooth.
So do you
Great
get
teeth, all of us though, ironically, because we're aware.
do you get that thing where your mouth starts to get like dry if you don't have something sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, that thing is the only reason why to me it would be really hard, because the rest of like the feeling of just like, oh man, I really want something like that, you can get past that by just fighting it, right? The mouth stuff is really weird and awkward, but if you just power through it, like me, and Mio helped me a lot.
Listen,
Mio helped me a lot,
all
but
I'm-
it took about 2.5 to 3 weeks,
all I'm saying
and then I had none of those
Well, that
anymore.
is that I'm
exciting.
thinking of starting to shoot heroin.
Absurd.